Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Arunachala CSE. This is Shubha Daridhi, Assistant Professor from the CSE Department, Arunachala College of Engineering for Women. In this video, we are going to discuss about doubly linked list from the subject CS 8391 Data Structures. There are three types in linked list: singly linked list, doubly linked list and circular linked list. In previous section, we are already seen about singly linked list. This section we discussed the second type called doubly linked list. These are the topics present in doubly linked list. First, the definition of doubly linked list, and then what are the operations performed on doubly linked list, and then we see the implementation detail, and finally see about the advantages and disadvantages of doubly linked list. First, we see the introduction about doubly linked list. Before that, what is linked list? Already we seen linked list is a linear data structure which consists of a series of structures or series of nodes. Now let's see what is doubly linked list. Doubly linked list means it is a two-way list which has two links per node. This helps in accessing both successor node and predecessor node from the given position. Here each node contains three parts. First part is the data part which is used to store the information. Second part is the next pointer which is used to point the successor node of the list. Third part is the previous pointer that is used to point the predecessor node of the list. Here the previous link of the first node and the next link of the last node point to the null value. Next we see what are the operations performed on doubly linked list. First one is creation. This operation is used to create a new linked list. Once a linked list is created with one node, then the insertion and deletion operations can be used to add more elements in list. Second operation is insertion. This is used to insert a new node at any specified position, that is beginning of the list or middle of the list or end of the list. Third operation is deletion. Same as insertion operation, it also used to delete node from beginning or middle or end of the list. Next operation is traversal, which is used to display all the elements present in the list. The last operation is searching, which is used to find the position of a particular element from the list. That's all the doubly linked list operations. Now let's see the implementation detail of doubly linked list. First we define the structure of one node. Here the node is represented by using the structure concept. In structure concept, we use one keyword called struct, which is used to define the structure. Here the structure name is node, and the node contains the data part. Here the return type is integer, and next pointer, it is used to return the structure of next node. Third, the previous pointer, which is used to return the structure of previous node. Next, let's see the insertion operations performed on doubly linked list. Here the new node can be inserted anywhere in the list. That is the beginning of the list or end of the list or middle of the list. First we see how to inserting a new node to the beginning of the list. It is an insertion operation. Here we are written nothing, so return type is void. Then write a function name as insert begin. Here the input is x value, that is the data to be inserted into the new node. First, we declare the position for new node. Then we allocate memory for the new node by using malloc function. If memory is not enough, then we are not able to insert new element. Otherwise, we insert new element by using 5 steps. First, we store the input, that is X value, to the data part of new node. Next, we change the next of head node to the next of new node. Then we store the new node's address to the next of head node. Next, we set the previous link of new node as null value because it is the first node. Then we also store the new node address to the previous link of next node of new node. These are the first 5 steps used to inserting a node to the beginning of list. Next, we see how to inserting a new node to intermediate position, that is middle of the list. Insertion operation, so the return type is void. Write a function name as insert mid. Here we are using 2 input values. First one, X value, that is the data to be inserted. Second one, the position value, the new node to be inserted after the given input position. Then the normal procedure, first we declare the position of new node and also allocate memory for new node. If memory is enough, we insert new node by using 5 steps. First, we store the input X value to the data part of new node. Next, we change the next of P value, that is the next of input position to the next of new node. Then we store the new node's address to the next of P, that is the next of previous node of new node. Next, we also store the new node's address to the previous link of node of next node. Finally, store the address of previous node to the previous link of new node. These are the steps used to inserting a new node to the middle of the list. Next, we see how to insert a new node to end of the list. Return type void. Write function name as insert last. Here the input is X value, that is the data to be inserted. First we declare the position for the new node and the current last node's position. Here we find the position of last node, that is the P value. By using while loop, we execute the line P equal to P of next until P of next equal to null. That means the end of the list. Now the position P point to the last node of the list. Now we insert our new node by using 4 steps. First, we store the input X value to the data part of new node. The next part of new node is set as null because we insert new node as the last node. Then we store new node's address to the previous node, that is P of next. Finally, we store the address of last node to the previous part of new node. That's all the insertion operations. Now we move on the deletion operation. Same as insertion, the node can be deleted from anywhere in the list. First, we see how to delete an element from front of the list. Here we return nothing, so return type is void. My function name is delete begin. First, we declare the position of temp cell. Here temp cell is a node which we are deleting from the list. First, we set temp cell as head of next because here we are deleting the first node, that is the next node of head node. Before that, we check on condition, that is head of next equal to null or not. If head of next equal to null means there is no more elements in the list, then no need for deletion operation. So we must check the condition first. If the condition is true means we have some elements, so we delete the first element by changing temcel of next value to the head of next value, and the temps, and also set the previous link of next node of temcel as null. Now it is the first node. Now the temcel is free, so we delete the temcel. That is, we delete the first node from the list. Next, we see how to delete one middle element from the list. Here the return type is void. I use function name as delete mid. Here we give one input value, that is x value. We are deleting from the list. First declare the position of temcel and the previous node of temcel. We find the previous node's position by using one function called find previous function. Next, we set the temcel as the next node of p node, that is the previous node. Now we change the next value of temcel to the next value of previous node. Also store the previous node's address to the previous pointer of next node of temcel. Now the temcel is free, so we delete the temcel easily from the list. Now let's see how to delete the last node from the list. Return type void. Function name is delete last. Then declare the position of temcel and the position of last node. We find the last node by using while loop. Loop start from the first node. We execute the statement p equal to p of next until we find the last node, that is p of next equal to null. Then we set p of next node as temcel. Then we change p of next as null value. Now the temcel is free, so we easily delete the temcel node. That's all the deletion operation. Finally, we see about the advantages and disadvantages of doubly linked list. First, we see the advantages. First one, traversing in reverse is also possible in doubly linked list because it has bidirectional link. Second one, the deletion operation is easier than singly linked list because the same reason it has the previous pointer also, so it automatically finds the previous node. Last one, finding the successor and predecessor node is very easily in doubly linked list. Next, we see the disadvantages. First one, doubly linked list need more operations while inserting or deleting. For example, to insert a new node after a given node in a singly linked list, we need to change two pointers. The same operation on a doubly linked list requires 4 pointer changes. So the doubly linked list needs more operations than singly linked list. Second one, doubly linked list need more space because it has extra previous pointer to point the previous node. So it needs more space than singly linked list. That's all the doubly linked list advantages and disadvantages. Thank you all for watching this video.